in my rocket and don't be late. Baby, we're pulling out about 8:30. Over in the corner and up a hill, everybody in my car's gonna take a little pill. Cruise on out, oozing and boozing along. Well, you ever heard of the laugh when you hear the noise it makes? But let me introduce Bonnie Rocket 88. Yes, it's straight, just won't wait. Everybody likes my Rocket 88. Baby, we're riding style, moving all along.
It started in 2008 and it's still running in select markets around the world. There have been 6 national tours, and $1 Million Quartet has been a smash in England, Japan, Australia, and even on Norwegian cruise lines. The one constant among the many faces fronting the show has been Chuck Mead, both music director and historian, who has fronted both BR549 and the Grassy Knoll Boys. His signature touch on everything from the various musicals to the TV show Sun Records to the show's record album has been stellar, making the live music portion of the many shows sound like authentic rockabilly. For Sun Records, it was a once-in-a-lifetime event where 4 of music's best talents came together and rocked the world.
All right, so we're here now with an old friend of mine, the pride of Lawrence, Kansas, Mr. Chuck Mead. How you doing, Chuck? Good to see you, buddy.
Doing good, young Edward. It's good to see you.
Likewise.
Looking slick. I like that.
Yeah, I clean up once in a while. Everybody just saw a great little montage there about $1 Million Quartet, which is a project you and I worked on for many years, actually, and that you're still working on.
Well, about 2006, we did the last BR549 tour. We kind of wrapped it up. Donnie went and joined Bob Dylan's band, and Shaw had moved to Arizona, and it was just kind of, it had run its course. Because I have a rockabilly and country and hillbilly background, he called me up and wondered if I wanted to, be put into the mix to be the musical director. And now we've done, we did another working production in 2007 up in Issaquah, Washington. And then, of course, Eddie came aboard for the big professional one in Chicago, which ran 8.5 years. And then we were on Broadway, and then we did it on the West End in London, and then we did a national tour for 4.5 years. And I mean, what we're going through right now, we all have to pull together to be a part, to pull together. I still get a kick out of putting it together with people because it's always a bunch of different kind of personalities, and it's always kind of fun to watch, and we find new things. We find new things about it all the time.
Mm-hmm. A lot of people out there might have seen on CMT the Sun Records TV show, which you also had a hand in. How did that come about? That was really a cool project.
I just kind of really wanted the job of Sun Records because I didn't want anybody else to screw it up, And I knew that if I got to do the music, I could record it, and it was expanded, we got to do so much more.
Yeah.
And I knew that I could recreate that music in like we did in $1 Million Quartet, bring it up to where people think it's now, and it is now, but still remain true to the spirit of what Sam Phillips was doing, without making it a museum piece, which is always boring and dusty.
Wait, Chuck, man, it's been great to catch up with you. Great talking to you. You going to play a little song for us?
You're looking good.
Sure. What do you got for us?
Well, we were talking about $1 Million Quartet, and years ago, this was the song that Carl Perkins was supposed to sing at the little encore at the end. You go through the play, there's a little play, and the story and everything. Then the story ends, and then there's a 4-song little rock show that we do, and we still do that. But this was the original tune that was supposed to end the show for Carl Perkins. So I'm going to try to do it. Well, on the outskirts of town, there's a little light spot. Dan dropped in about 5 o'clock. He tossed off his coat and said, short, reached in his pocket and he flashed a quart and hollered, "Rave on, children, I'm with you. Rave on, cats that cried is almost gone and the cops are gone. Let's all get Dixie fried." Well, that damn got happy and he started raving. He whipped out a razor, but he wasn't shaving. And all the cats do to jump and hop, 'cause he was born and raised in a butcher shop. He hollered, "Rave on, children, I'm with you. Rave on, cats that cried. It's almost dawn and the cops are gone. Let's all get Dixie fried." Get fried now. Well, now the cops heard Dan when he started to shout. They all came in to see what it was about, and I heard him holler as they led him away. He turned his head and this is what he had to say. He hollered, "Rave on, children, I'm with you. Rave on, cats that cried. It's almost dawn and the cops are gone. Let's all get Dixie fried." Well, now Dan was the bravest man that we ever saw. He let us all know he wasn't scared of the law, and through the black cross bars he cast a note to his dear. He said, "It ain't my fault, hun, that I'm in here." I hollered, "Rave on, children, I'm with you. Rave on, cats that cried. Well, it's almost dawn. The cops ain't gone, and I've been Dixie fried."
Yeah, I'll drink to that.
Yeah, man.
Sounding good, Chuck. Good to see you, buddy. Thanks a lot.
Thank you,
for
brother,
that.
man.
Appreciate you spending some time with us and singing us a song. All right, now I'd like to do one for you guys. This one I pulled from kind of the more obscure side of Sun's Hillbilly catalog. Sam Phillips, he cut this in early 1954 on a guy named Earl Peterson, Michigan's singing cowboy. He showed up there with his mother in tow in an old Buick, and Sam cut this and one or two more songs on it before he moved on to the Columbia label. This is a little thing called the Boogie Blues. Here we go. Well, you let me down and you did it before. Honey, please, don't you do it no more. I got a low down feeling over you. Why don't you go away and leave me with the boogie blues? I got them blues. Now I'm tired of living with them boogie blues. Oh dear, I want you for my own, and we got us a home down in San Antonio. Oh, I'm here waiting just for you. Oh, don't you go away and leave me with them boogie blues. I got them blues. And I'm tired of living with them boogie blues. Well, the postman brought me a letter today. It said my honey had gone away. Yeah, I miss her, 'cause we're all through. She's gone away and left me with them boogie blues. I got them blues. When I'm tired of living with them boogie blues.
So all that being said, welcome to our show, ladies of the rockabilly scene. It's a vivid and glamorous world of cool kittens and vivacious vixens. But to host a show like this, featuring multiple lovely ladies with a ton of talent, there was no debating over who would fit that bill. I have lost count of how many times Big Sandy and the Fly Right Boys have played at my stellar venues, but I recall we almost renamed Don the Beachcomber's main showroom Big Sandy's Ballroom. He was there so often, and not always to perform. When Big Sandy's off the road, he frequents many musical establishments and usually has at least one pretty girl on his arm. Why? Because the dapper Big Sandy is an educated man. He graduated summa cum laude from the College of Rockabilly Knowledge. He majored in juke joint jumping. He holds a bachelor's degree in female anatomy. And he earned his master's in tequila tasting. As valedictorian of his class, his speech was all about international relations. His own. So it's with great expectations I introduce today's host, Big Sandy.
Hi, friends. Oh, your old pal Big Sandy here. We're going to have an excellent afternoon here as Eclectic American Roots presents the ladies of the rockabilly scene. We have Rosie Flores, Marty Braum, Ruby Ann, Amber Fox, Celine Lee, Cherry Rat, and we're going to talk to Tom Ingram about some of the women he's booked over the years.
When you started this band, had you done any music at all before that, or were you singing already, or maybe in a family situation, or in any way at all?
Yeah, I started singing at a church. My grandma made me go to the church, and the only fun there for me was singing, so I would sing there. And then after that, I had a couple of bands when I was a kid, just playing guitar and singing.
Okay.
And then when I was about 14 to 15, I had a punk rock band.
All right. As an artist who began a career in Brazil and now is living here in the States, in Las Vegas to be particular, do you find a difference at all in the audience? Maybe in the sort of like this, what they react to more than in one place than the other, or do you approach it differently, like an American audience, than you would back home?
Yes, it's very different actually. When I got here, my first shows, I was so scared because back in Brazil, people, they go out to see live bands to have fun and dance. So most of the time, they're not really paying attention.
Okay.
They are paying attention, they're listening to it, but they're having fun, they're dancing, they're talking, they're drinking. And here, people, they tend to pay attention more to the band and what they're playing, what they're singing, and if they like it or not. So they're always looking. So at the first moment, everyone was just staring at me like this. And I was like, oh my God. And like, is my English wrong? Like, is there something wrong? Like,
They might have been staring for other reasons.
Maybe, I don't know. But I was really scared. And now I see the difference. Like people, they prefer here to really watch the band.
Okay.
And I love it. I think it's great.
Well, Cherry, it's been really great talking to you today. But I tell you what, if you have your guitar handy, it'd be really great to hear a song from you. Could you do that for us?
Of course. I have my guitar right here. I still remember things you said and all you've done, and all the love and nights I camped by my own. I am but a fool just begging you to stay. Why you such a rude and walk the door away? Now my heart is breaking, while your mind is shaking. Any difference making if you stay or go? Day by day you leave me hanging on the phone. Baby, I know that you are anywhere but home. I am but a fool just begging you to stay. What is done back just like it's the same. Now my heart is breaking, while your mind is shaking. Any love is saved if you're really alone. stuck you in the sand like a stone. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Well, you know the God is crossing over you, and he's ringing a bell home. Slowly get a fool to hold it down your feet, stuck you in the sand like a stone. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa,
Once again, if you've enjoyed any part of this show, any of these series of shows, friends, if you could visit our virtual tip jar at StellarJAX.com, I tell you, it would do more good than you might even imagine. You can visit it right now if you like, or if you want to stay watching the show, you can do it when we're finished here. Do it tomorrow or later in the week. But help in any way you can. Without your donations, we can't go on doing this. So if you're enjoying it, let us know by visiting our virtual tip jar, StellarJAX.com.
And now, dear viewers, a true American classic. A woman who's been an inspiration to so many throughout the years, both in music and in spirit. Ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only, Rosie Flores.
Ta-da!
Hi, Rosie. Well, I tell you,
Thank you.
It is an honor to have not one, but two Ameripolitan Rockabilly female winners. What an honor.
Oh, I'm so glad to be here with Marty.
So Rosie, I think, there's a lot of people that know and love you, and a lot of people might know this, but oh, absolutely. You're originally from San Antonio, Texas.
Yes, that's right.
Now, how early did you have musical aspirations? Was that right off the bat?
Started when just right out of the womb. I was going, wah, yeah.
Okay.
No,
okay.
Actually, my dad was instrumental in getting me inspired to sing into a tape recorder.
Okay.
And so that was around age 7. So a lot of recordings. In fact, on the Rockabilly Philly record,
yes,
there's one where I'm singing when I'm 7 years old. And but it was all like sort of jazz tunes, like American standard songs were happening back in that day.
Okay.
You know, in the 50s when I was like 56, 57. And right after that, then came Hound Dog and Jerry Lee, a whole lot of shaking going on. And so my brother, who was 2 years older than me, he would record those songs into my dad's tape recorder, little 2-track, and we would do that after dinner. We'd clear the table and put the 2-track on and grab the hit parade and start. That's where all the lyrics were, so we could record with the lyrics right there, all the pop songs that were hot on the radio at the time. So, you know, I was blessed with good pitch. You know, even as a little girl, I could sing on key, you know. And so that was, I think, why I fell into the whole, I fell in love with music because it just felt good to do, you know. When I was 14, I started my 14, 15, a girl singing group that was sort of like the Ronettes, but I was one of the background singers. And we were called Dora and the Debs. And
I didn't know about that.
2 years later, I started an all-girl band.
I know about Penelope's Children after that.
Then I started Penelope's Children, exactly.
You
out
know
of
what?
San Diego, California.
What sort of sound would we have been hearing coming from Penelope's Children? Was it just like the sound of the day, of like a folk rock or psychedelic?
We were very influenced by everything from the Everly Brothers to the Jefferson Airplane and Jimi Hendrix, you know.
Okay.
So we were kind of country meets psychedelic, which we were like one of the very first country rock bands.
Okay.
And we toured at age 18. We got in a little VW bus, and we toured from San Diego to San Antonio, and we played the Kit Kat Club, and we got like press and everything, and we did. That was our first little tour, but we were billed as country rock. Who was it? Russell Scott and Donna Lindley. We started a band there, remember, called Rosie and the Reverbs.
Yeah, I do remember.
We started covering a lot of Janice Martin stuff, and James would sing too in High School Confidential. We just used to get to rock the joint there. And from there, I moved into I was still on High Tone Records, and I wanted to do a rockabilly record. And that's when I invited Wanda Jackson and Janice Martin to sing 2 duets each with me on that record. And that kind of broke me into the, put me into the rockabilly genre. That's when people started calling me the Rockabilly Philly.
Well, not only did it kind of bring you more into that genre, you also helped to reignite their careers and led to like,
yes. It helped both of us.
But it led to like doing further opportunities to work together with both of them. It's separately like like. Tell us about some of your experiences with Wanda, since we're featuring her here on the show.
Oh yeah, Wanda Jackson. She is the queen. She is Queenie. She is the queen of rockabilly. Back in her era, Elvis talked her into doing rock and roll because she was recording as a country artist, with a cowboy hat and the fringe and everything. And he said, Wanda, you really, with your voice, you really should sing rock and roll. And he taught her how to sing good rockin' tonight. And it just like exploded. She was great at it, and her producers loved it. And so that's when she did that whole era, and then has inspired so many people, from me to Chrissy Hine to Marty Brahm and everybody else, Ronnie Spector. I mean, all these females have been influenced by what she did back in those days. And actually, I spoke with her granddaughter today and heard that she's just doing great. She's been doing some recording. She's recording with for Joan Jett's label. We have no idea when that's going to come out or anything, but she did do some recording with that, and her health is great. And so, yeah,
Well, I'll tell you, Rosie, I think it's really a true sign of your character as an artist that you took the time to put them in the spotlight a little bit, reinvigorating their career, and in Janice's case, giving her a little bit of joy before she passed on into the other world. It's nice to know that she moved on with feeling good about the recordings that she did with you. I tell you what, maybe you think you can play a song for us? And
sure.
That would be a treat if you could sing a song for us here, Rosie.
That would be great.
All right, this one's for you, Big Sandy. I recorded this song that Wanda Jackson recorded many years ago. It's called I Gotta Know. Are you ready, Marty Brown?
I'm ready.
1, 2, 3, 2, 2.
If our love's the real thing, where is my wedding ring? Well, I thought that you was the one to mess, but all you ever do is dance and shift, boppity bop bop, the whole night long. Knockout music is a jukebox song. One thing I gotta know, I gotta know, I gotta know. Well, if our love's the real thing, where is my wedding ring? Well, we rock and roll to the Broadway light. A little too stupid is a baby tonight. You know I'm long for a wedding day, but all you ever do is play, boy, play. One thing I gotta know, I gotta know, I gotta know. Well, if our love's the real thing,
Ranch House Pickin' Party was a great opportunity to present more vintage honky-tonk, western swing, and rockabilly. The perfect hosts were from the Lucky Stars, Dave Stuckey and Sage Guyton. Today we proudly present the Ranch House Pickin' Party with plenty of vintage steel guitar, fiddle, and some of the top guitar pickers in the world. And world is the right word, as our guests today come from England, Austin, New Hampshire, and Chicago. Here's a sample of what you'll be seeing today as our Eclectic American Roots series continues.
Please help the little old thing of a J-car.
We have a couple of fantastic hosts for today's Ranch House Pickin' Party. Dave Stuckey, as an example, has packed a lot on his plate in his 30-plus years in Los Angeles. He's a guitarist, singer, songwriter, a film editor, and band leader. He performs vintage western swing with Dave Stuckey and the Four Hoot Owls, and also with the Lucky Stars. He supplies rockabilly harmony with the Dave and Deke combo, and 1930s Hawaiian music with the Hukalau Hotshots. Dave's main gig before the damn panic was performing hot jazz and swing with Dave Stuckey and the Hot House Gang. In February 2020, Dave earned the Western Swing Male Award from the Ameripolitan Music Awards in Memphis. So please give a warm welcome to one of our hosts today, Pappy, Mr. Dave Stuckey.
Well, Christopher, thank you so much for that delightful intro. It's great to be back on the show. And we've got a great show planned for you. All of our favorite pickers coming in the house, the Ranch House, and play some music for you. It's going to be a lot of fun, and I'm glad to be doing it with my compatriot, longtime friend, and it's been an honor to be in the Lucky Stars with Sage Guyton for all these many years. For those 2 or 3 people in the globe who might not be familiar with the Lucky Stars, let's have a look at the band right now. Let's run a clip.
1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe you've seen that baby of mine. She's always off having some crazy time. She's real good looking, yeah, real good looking. My baby's real good looking, real good at looking around.
Sage Guyton is the band leader, main vocalist, and songwriter for the Los Angeles-based Western swing band, the Lucky Stars. Originally formed in 1993, the band has been performing consistently, if infrequently, in nightclubs and at festivals across the U.S. and in Europe ever since. Their first 7-inch vinyl recording was released in 1996 on Bucket Lid Records, the imprint of the Dave and Deke combo. Hey, that's me. And since then, they've released 3 full-length albums, Hollywood and Western, Stay Out Late with the Lucky Stars, and The Lucky Stars Go to Town, as well as a 45 on their own Fate Records label. In addition to his work with the Lucky Stars, Sage also plays ukulele, writes songs, and sings 1930s-era Hapahaole music with fellow Lucky Stars in their side project, the Hukilau Hotshots. This band only has 1 recording thus far, a 45 record on Fate Records. Here we are. We're here.
Good morning. Hello. Hello.
It's too early. It's too early.
I've never seen Pappy this early in the morning before. But,
Even when we've been on the road. Yeah, that's right.
You hold up pretty good, I got to say.
This is this is fun. This is worth getting up for. I mean, here we are. We got a ranch house setting up here, Pickin party, but some of our very good friends that we love to listen to and follow.
This has been a great excuse to hang out with them virtually and to see people and talk to them and hear about their music and whatnot. So I appreciate the invitation, by the way. Thank you, Christopher.
Here's a couple of old pals of ours. He's been carrying the torch for American roots music for a long, long time over in the UK, from the Tennessee Rhythm Riders to Lynette Morgan and the Backwater Valley Boys. His current project, Hot House 4, multi-instrumentalist, songwriter, all-around swell fella. Willie Briggs, along with Lisa Briggs, here's Willie Briggs.
Hi, Dave.
Hey, how's it going?
You know, like I said, you've been doing this for a long time, American music. So just to kind of maybe just start it off, give us a quick little thing about, I mean, what about American music initially spoke to you in the beginning?
Well, I'd say when I was about 14 years old, I started listening to my dad's records. He had rock and roll records, all the standard kind of, Eddie Cochran, Domino, Little Richard. And it kind of set me off, really, down the Rockabilly trail, I guess it was. So straight into, like a lot of us English people, we start off as young teddy boys. And then we kind of hear the American stuff and see the American clothing and the cars and all that kind of stuff, which is cool. I'm not saying it's cooler. I just think it appealed to me.
Well, listen, how about giving us a little something from your end there on the couch, a little music together, whatever you please.
And it's a song called Takeaway Alley. I think in America you call it takeout, right? When you take away food. I don't know if it's the same in America, but in a lot of our local towns, you have one street that has full of takeaways, takeouts. And they have all sorts: chicken, Chinese, Japanese. There's a little clue in the song. And it's our road is known as Takeaway Alley. Everyone knows it as Takeaway Alley. Are you going down Takeaway Alley? Yeah, I'll meet you down Takeaway Alley.
If you're heading into town on a Saturday night, you're looking for some food and you're looking for a fight, there's only one place where you need to point your feet. Where? Takeaway Alley. Everybody knows that's where everybody goes. Down on the corner with the weights and strays, you can get a knuckle sandwich if you look the wrong way. There's only one place where you need to point your feet. Where? Takeaway Alley. Everybody knows that's where everybody goes. Well, they've got Chinese, Japanese, Indianese, Lebanese, Eastern, Western, Himalayan, Nepalese, pickled eggs, frog's legs, eyeballs and pig's heads, all served together with salad and pita bread, hamburgers, cheeseburgers, honey glazed roast hog, finger-licking fried chicken, hot dog, real dog, leftovers scooped straight up from the ground. Stick it all into a quarter pound. If you're heading into town on a Saturday night, you're looking for some food and you're looking for a fight, there's only one place where you need to point your feet. Where? Takeaway Alley. Everybody knows that's where everybody goes. ways you can get a knuckle sandwich if you look the wrong way. There's only one place where you need to point your feet. Where? Takeaway Alley. Everybody knows that's where everybody goes. Well, they've got chili fries, pizza slides,
Dead flies and boiled rice.
pavlovas, turnovers,
Reheated leftovers.
rick-rack, greasy snack.
You better take it easy, Jack.
One-way ticket to a heart attack. Drunk women, drunk men,
Fighting with a drunk hand.
queuing up, spewing up.
Never gonna drink again.
Eat more, drink more.
Side order coaster.
Served with a smile and a punch on the jaw. If you're heading into town on a Saturday night, you're looking for some food and you're looking for a fight, there's only one place where you need to point your feet.
Where?
Takeaway Alley. Everybody knows that's where everybody goes. Everybody knows that's where everybody goes.
Hey, so good. Love it. We don't have you know what we have here? We have the food court. That's not nearly as fun, and the drunks can't go there. So what fun is that?
And Food Court, that's not a good title for a song. Takeaway Alley. Perfect. Yeah.
We'll take you down there next time you're over, Dave, okay?
Absolutely.
A legendary.
I'd love to do it. We've really loved having you guys on the show, being a part of this thing.
Guys.
All right, welcome back to the show, folks. And now the moment you've been waiting for, our good friend Sonny Leyland with his tribute to Moon Mulligan.
And the fella from way down Texas way, we're awful proud to have Mr. Moon Mulligan. Well, way down yonder in a great big lake, sitting on a lily pad, well, a big bullfrog about 2 feet long, and they called him Old Granddad. When he raised his right foot in the air and says, children, gather round, we gonna rock and roll tonight before the moon goes down. Pass me the jug, pass it up and down. Well, we gonna rock and roll tonight before the moon goes down.
Hillbilly pianist Moon Mulligan came into this world in 1909. 111 years later, his legacy lives on, but sadly without the fame and fortune he deserves. The young Mulligan learned to play keyboard singing religious hymns on his family's organ, while at the same time learning more secular blues and country music from local sharecroppers in East Texas. As a teen, he started playing piano in a local cafe for $40 a week, big money in 1923. Later, he made a huge splash in the hillbilly boogie world of the 1930s and 40s. By rights, Moon, king of the hillbilly piano players, should be a legend twice over, in country music and in rock and roll. He merged them both, as well as blues, pop, and honky-tonk, into a seamless whole, and also managed to play a seminal role in the history of Western swing. Instead, for decades, he was one of those lost musical figures whose career paved the way for rock and roll, but was born just a little too early and was a little too old to take advantage of what he'd started. His earliest influences were popular blues artists of the era like Bessie Smith, Blind Lemon Jefferson, and Leroy Carr, together with country musicians including Jimmy Rogers and Bob Wills. In his piano playing, we can also hear the influence of Texas blues pianists such as Son Becky and Pinetop Burks. In 1936, he covered Cab Calloway's Georgia Pine and also sang his own compositions, Ain't You Kinda Sorry and Swing Baby Swing for the Blue Ridge Playboys. He played and recorded with Cliff Bruner's Texas Wanderers, the Sunshine Boys, Jimmy Davis, and one of my favorites, Buddy Jones. By the end of the 1930s, he had become a popular vocalist with a warm, deep vocal delivery. His nickname Moon is short for moonshine, which pretty much sums up his style of playing in the honky-tonks of the day. Mulligan once stated, "We gotta play music that'll make them goddamn beer bottles bounce on the table."
I've been privileged for many years to be able to present the best in live roots music through Stellar shows. Throughout the weeks to come, Stellar Shows remains committed to curating live talent, even with our clubs and venues shutting down, and all our performers being trapped in their homes. Remember back when all you had to bitch about was the elections and all the political coverage? This is a unique moment in entertainment history with a worldwide captive audience. So, like our live shows, we intend to expose you to great music you might not see anywhere else. Roots music is all about taking entertainment back to a time when the words and the songs were much more meaningful compared to the overproduced music of today. You might think I'm here to entertain you, but I'm not. All I can play is the radio. But Stellar Shows is committed to bringing you the best of the West. And thanks to JAX Entertainment, Stellar Shows at JAX presents Eclectic American Roots.
All right, your old pal BS back here again, this time with a special double video clip salute to two of my favorite artists of any genre of music. So 2 artists, 2 clips each. That's 4. All right, first up, this guy was born in St. Louis, Missouri. Had an unusual style of playing, of picking. One of my very favorite ranch house party pickers, that's for sure. You'll see how he got his nickname right now. Here he is on the Ozark Jubilee, playing along with steel player Curly Chalker. It's Thumbs Carlisle. Take it away, Thumbs.
I imagine some of you people recognize that. Little Liza Jean. See how it... Oh, little Liza Jean. Oh, little Liza Jean. That's all I know of it, Freddie.
Well, Thumbs Carlisle, ladies and gentlemen, make him welcome. In just a minute, you're going to see why we call him Thumbs. What? Play now? I know he's going to play now.
No, he's going to play Alabama Jubilee.
I thought he was going to play now.
Don't mix me up. Confusion.
You'll notice he does not hold the guitar in the orthodox manner, right? He kind of makes a lapdog out of it. He don't note it the same way like Roger or...
I don't know how to do it. He didn't know how to hold one when he learned to play one.
Play something. That's not a pre-record. He did that. Do it again. How about that, huh? That all, huh? Is that all you know?
Can y'all see up there?
No. They can look in the monitor.
Oh.
Play something. Wildwood Flower.
This with me?
Or whatever.
Yeah,
I'll just play with him.
He's going to make rhythm.
I'll just sit here. Pat my foot.
gentlemen, please put your put your hands together for the great Thumbs Carlisle. He's good. Okay, our next mini double video tribute is to a truly innovative guitar player who played with the Whippoorwills. Made some great recordings with them. Look them up. The Sons of the Pioneers. Played on hundreds of country records and really great rockabilly and rock and roll records. He had a way of making a song that would otherwise be mediocre, especially when he was playing on those rock and roll records. The song would be just so-so. His guitar solo comes in, and suddenly it's fantastic. I'm talking about the great Roy Lanham. Let's check him out right now.
I've been picking this guitar for more years than I care to remember, but I've never been able to get the sound out of it, just like a certain friend of mine, one of those famous whippoorwills, now playing in Hollywood, but he's here with us tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Roy Lanham.
That's Roy Lanham right there, with one of my, I'd say, top 5 instrumentals, Passport to Summer. I couldn't find any great video clips on that song, so I put that one together. I hope you enjoyed that little montage.
Don't forget the tip jar. If you can, put a little something in the tip jar. If you can't, just share the show, and that that'll do just as well. We like to get as many people in here. We got a lot of friends from all over the place in now on the show. So if you can do that, tip if you can, share if you can, and well, let's get to our next guest right now. Come on now.
I'm looking forward to it. Let's hear it.
All right, friends, you know, we've talked about this little special episode we're doing here. It's kind of a house party, a picking party. I can't think of a better picker to get in here and play the things that he plays than the red hot Joel Patterson. Joel, come in here.
Yes.
Hey, Joel.
Hey, guys.
How you doing?
Good. I'm doing great. Can you see me and hear me?
Yes.
Yes, I can.
I'm having a picking party at home here. Thanks for inviting me.
Private picking party.
Just like all of us, every day, every dang day. Well, Joel, of course, does his show on Facebook every Friday. Well, tell the folks who might not know your history, like what Chet Atkins, blues, steel guitar, you can do it all. Tell us about like where it all came from.
Well, you know, I started playing, when I started playing guitar, I got really into country blues, which when I say country blues, I mean, for lack of a better term, I mean 1920s blues, Delta blues, and ragtime. People like Blind Blake, Blind Boy Fuller, Mississippi John Hurt, Robert Johnson. Those are my first heroes. So I got into fingerstyle, alternate thumb, playing like Blind Blake. And then later when I got into Western Swing and Chet Atkins, I was like, hey, I can already thumb pick. That's good. That was a good advantage. So, and when I moved to Chicago, Jimmy Sutton talked me into moving to Chicago way back in about 1998, and people were like, wow, you're a great rockabilly guitar player. And I'm from Madison, Wisconsin. There was no rockabilly scene. I didn't know what rockabilly was. I had no clue. And they told me, wow, what a great rockabilly player. You sound just like Scotty Moore. And I said, I'm just playing Blind Blake. And magically it sounds like rockabilly. But I guess that's what Scotty Moore was doing too. Playing kind of a mix of Chet Atkins with some young guy dancing and singing blues songs, you know, and he's like, I'll just play like Chet Atkins, and he'll sing Big Boy Crudup songs, and then it magically sounds like rockabilly. So,
yeah.
To answer your question, I don't know what style they play, but I'm like you guys, I like it all.
Well, the thing is, the more styles you play, the more work you get. Not now,
yeah.
but
that
not
was my
now.
theory
But.
about 6 months ago. That was my theory in life. Yeah, right.
So we want to, delay no further into getting you to play us a tune. We have talked. They often on the Eclectic Roots show. There's often a Merle Travis, sort of a Western swing, country sort of rockabilly. It kind of fit it's all in your wheelhouse. There you go. Perfect. All right. What do you think? What do you feel like?
Well, you mentioned Merle Travis. I know a bunch of Merle Travis instrumentals. I can. My Little Bluebell is a classic Travis tune.
Let us have it, Joel. Will you play it for us now?
Yes, indeed.
Welcome back, folks. We are now very happy to introduce to you all the way from Austin, Texas, from the band Ida Red, we have Rose Sinclair and Sophia Johnson. Hey, you two, how are you?
We're doing well. It's hot, very hot. Very hot.
Yeah. In Texas? You all are together, which is nice to see, and you're actually able to practice and perform together outside in a situation that's safe for everybody.
Right. We started after the Ameripolitan thing where we met Dave this year. Actually started practicing outside here, and 2 weeks after Ameripolitan, the lockdown hit, and so we've managed to work out a way to practice, and it's been.
I know you've got another tune for us.
Well,
live.
So we're here at the Mission to Moscow.
Yeah, perfect.
Let's hear it.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Beautiful.
Very nice. Very nice.
Well, it was excellent having you both on here. So thank you so much for making the time and getting the whole band together. Hey, everybody. Welcome back from your hosts, Sage and Pappy. We're coming to you from sunny Southern California on a Sunday. It's Sunday, I think, where everyone is listening across the world now. But if you're listening from the future, we're glad to have you here as well. We are here to remind you that Stellar Shows, who's putting on the show today, has done so much for the music community in general and the American Roots community in specific. They put over $1 million in the pockets of musicians over the past decade and continue to do so during this pandemic, or as Christopher calls it, the damn panic. But it's only with your help. So please donate early and often. The copy here, it says that most musicians have no other skills and they have to pay rent. I would say that most musicians have many other skills but sadly they don't pay even as much as music. So, so help us out if you would. Help all of us out. Hit that tip jar.
What do you say, Sage?
And we thank all of you for tuning in today and for donating if you can, but just give a big shout out. Done so much to promote this kind of music online and in real life. He's still got live shows going on. Go check it down. Go check it out. Some of the live shows down in Newport Beach. And also the unsung hero behind the scenes here, Tim Ellis, who is our engineer, who does so much work editing all this stuff together, putting all the clips together. Thank you, Tim, for making it happen.
He does the heavy lifting. There's no doubt about it. Well, thank you, friends. We appreciate you having Sage and I. I'll just echo those words. It's fun to be on here again. And we had a great time. And it was really fun to see some of our friends that we don't get to see these days, only on a screen somewhere.
That's right.
We're so happy for you to join us on the show. And we'll see you on future Stellar shows and so forth, right?
Sounds right. Yeah.
All right.
Thanks for joining us to take a look back at some of our past shows on Eclectic American Roots. I've always been proud that Stellar Show's live music is delivered to our audiences in a comfortable cabaret setting, much like your own living room, we would brag. Well, today you really are enjoying and watching the best Eclectic American Roots music from your living room. There, the drinks are cheap, the food is your own, but Stellar Shows continues to showcase the best in alternative roots, from blues and rockabilly to western swing and honky-tonk. There's folk, hillbilly, jazz, and even exotica lounge music for our tiki fans. We love Tex-Mex, Americana, and bluegrass too, and we'll be exploring all those topics in the weeks to come. This series will showcase artists and bands that Stellar Shows has presented over the years, with a peek at what they're currently doing. We'll even make some new friends along the way. Get ready to enjoy the personalities, lifestyle, and great music of Stellar Shows at JAX, Eclectic American Roots. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel at StellarJAX.